What would you do if the woman you loved, the one you were planning a surprise anniversary trip for, looked you dead in the eye and asked for a divorce? Her voice devoid of any emotion.
Else.
Just hours after you'd seen a text message notification flash across her phone screen from a name you didn't.
But.
The words hit me like a physical blow, echoing in the sterile silence of our Chicago living room. The city lights twinkling indifferently outside our high-rise apartment on Michigan Avenue. My heart, which had been soaring with plans for a romantic getaway to Paris, plummeted into a chasm of icy dread. The surprise, a meticulously planned week-long escape, lay in tatters, replaced by a sickening suspicion that gnawed at my gut. I stared at her, Sarah, my wife of 10 years, her face a mask of cool detachment, and in that moment I knew my world was about to shatter, but I had no idea just how brutally. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from, what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The humiliation began subtly, a slow burn that intensified with each passing day. After her divorce declaration, Sarah became a ghost in our home. Her late nights, once explained by work emergencies at her marketing firm downtown, became the norm. Her phone, previously left carelessly on the counter, was now glued to her hand, face down, or locked away. The scent of a foreign cologne, sharp and unfamiliar, occasionally clung to her clothes, dismissed with a casual, probably just a client I met with. My loyal heart, however, was starting to register the discordant notes in our once harmonious life. I started noticing things, small, almost imperceptible shifts. A new, expensive watch she hadn't mentioned buying, tucked away in her jewelry box. Receipts for dinners at upscale restaurants like Alinea. Far too pricey for her usual girls' night out. One evening, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. My hand trembled as I reached for it, a primal fear warring with a desperate need for truth. It was a text from Alex. Thinking of you. Can't wait for our weekend in Miami. Miami. The same weekend I had planned our Paris surprise. My blood ran cold. Sarah, meanwhile, grew increasingly distant, her words laced with a condescending edge. She'd snap at me for trivial things, criticize my cooking, my clothes, even the way I breathed. "You're so predictable, Mark," she'd sneer, her eyes holding a contempt I'd never seen before. I need more than this. She was building a wall, brick by brick, and I was trapped on the wrong side, watching her transform into a stranger. The more I tried to bridge the gap, the more she pushed me away. Her manipulation a cruel game designed to make me feel inadequate, to justify her impending departure. There was a smugness about her, a confidence that bordered on arrogance. I saw it in the way she carried herself, the subtle smirk when she thought I wasn't looking. And Alex, the other man, I imagined him equally smug, believing he had won, that he was untouchable. The thought of them together, laughing at my expense, twisted a knife in my gut. I felt a profound, soul-crushing, emotional breakdown. I'd sit in my car in the parking garage beneath our building, staring at the concrete walls, tears streaming down my face, the weight of betrayal suffocating me. The loyal, loving husband was shattered, replaced by a hollow shell of a man. But in that brokenness, a cold, hard resolve began to form. The pain fueled a new purpose. I wouldn't just let her walk away with half of everything with her new life, and her smug lover, leaving me to pick up the pieces of a decade. No, she had asked for a divorce. She hadn't asked for the consequences. I started gathering proof meticulously, patiently. I hired a private investigator, a discreet man named Frank, who operated out of a nondescript office in the Loop. He provided me with irrefutable evidence, photos of Sarah and Alex, a senior partner at her firm, entering and leaving a boutique hotel on North Rush Street, holding hands, kissing, dates, times, locations. He even tracked their weekend in Miami, providing flight details and hotel bookings. I cross-referenced her credit card statements, finding charges for gifts, dinners, and even a shared spa day, all under the guise of business expenses. I backed up every text message, every email, every suspicious calendar entry. I built a fortress of undeniable facts. I consulted with a top divorce attorney, a formidable woman known for her ruthless efficiency. She advised me on Illinois' marital property laws. on grounds for fault-based divorce and the potential impact of infidelity on alimony and asset division. I also quietly reached out to a few key people. Sarah's firm's HR department, anonymously at first, hinting at a potential ethics violation involving a senior partner and a subordinate. I also contacted a local journalist I knew, pitching a story about corporate infidelity and its impact on families, framing it as a cautionary tale without naming names. Yet, the public exposure was swift and brutal. The journalist, intrigued by the corporate ethics angle, dug deeper. The HR department, already alerted, launched an internal investigation. The evidence I had meticulously collected, once presented, left no room for doubt. The story broke not as a salacious gossip piece, but as a damning exposé on corporate misconduct and personal betrayal published in a prominent online business journal. It detailed the affair between a senior partner and a rising star at a well-known marketing firm, complete with anonymized but easily identifiable details. The firm, desperate to protect its reputation, fired both Sarah and Alex. Sarah's world imploded. Her career, her carefully constructed image, her social standing, all shattered. The divorce proceedings, once a formality in her mind, became a public spectacle. The judge, presented with the overwhelming evidence of her infidelity and her attempts to conceal marital assets, ruled decisively in my favor. She received a fraction of what she had expected, her reputation in tatters, her future uncertain. Alex, equally disgraced, vanished from the city, leaving her to face the fallout alone. The smugness was gone, replaced by a hollow, desperate look I barely recognized. I watched it all unfold, not with joy, but with a quiet, chilling detachment. The man who had cried in his car was gone. The loyal husband was a distant memory. All that remained was the architect of her ruin, standing amidst the wreckage of a life I once shared, feeling nothing but the cold satisfaction of a debt repaid. The silence in my apartment on Michigan Avenue is profound now, broken only by the distant hum of the city, a constant reminder of everything that was and everything that is no more. The end.